During her roughly 10-hour stop, Secretary Noem met with the governor, the mayor, the police chief, the sheriff, and others. In just a moment, we'll hear more about what Noem asked for, including a buffer zone around the South Portland Ice Building and local leaders' takes on how those conversations went. But first, let's bring you up to speed on where we stand some 11 days after President Trump said he was sending in the National Guard. While troops from Oregon and California have mobilized, 2 court rulings over the weekend have put those deployments on hold, with the federal appeals court set to hear the matter first thing on Thursday. And with the White House continuing to paint Portland as war-torn, by and large, local leaders are still trying to convey that protests, including some violence, are isolated to a block or two, are still under control, and that further federal intervention is not needed. Let's go live to Catherine Cook now near the ice building. Catherine, we heard Secretary Noem asking specifically for more help from local and state agencies when it comes to protecting the ice facility.
We don't know why there are more police out here tonight, but there are, including additional state police troopers who are wearing riot gear and actually just left the scene about 15 minutes ago. It's also worth noting that the entire front of the ice building, really the entire block around the building, remains taped off with police tape tonight, put here earlier for Secretary Noem's visit. And finally, this is now an active crime scene after some sort of a confrontation between protesters, which police are now investigating. So a lot going on here right now. Police Chief Bob Day said he was grateful for the opportunity to meet with Noem. He said he's going to strive for shared values, including safety and conflict reduction.
One of the things I've been dealing with all day here in Portland is a bunch of pansies that are elected into political office who won't make a decision to keep their citizens safe.
Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem didn't hold back Tuesday night. In an interview with Fox News, she recounted her surprise visit to Portland, where she toured the ICE facility following months of protests and clashes with immigration officers. Noem didn't offer media availability, but when she landed in Portland Tuesday morning, KGW's Kyla Boshi was waiting for her inside this private terminal.
Secretary, what do you hope to accomplish by visiting Portland today?
We hope to have peace and secure some partnerships that will keep our officers safe and allow us to enforce federal law.
Do you have any interest in speaking to Portlanders for an objective view of the situation here?
We believe the president has the right to keep every single citizen safe.
After touring the ICE facility, Secretary Noem met with local law enforcement, including Portland Police Chief Bob Day, about keeping the federal property safe.
I told them what we wanted. We wanted more security here at the building, a bigger buffer zone to keep our officers safe. We wanted to have their streets opened up again and not let the anarchists run this city anymore, that we would ask them to continue to back us up like we've been asking for instead of what they've been doing the last several months, which is just leaving our officers hang out to dry.
We did speak holistically about the need for a change in the environment and a change in behavior down there, and I'm in agreement with that.
Asked about specific changes the police bureau might make, Chief Day wouldn't disclose any, but said he's open to the possibility of bringing in more officers to patrol the area. He also said communication is the first step in resolving differences.
And we continue to strive for a shared value of safety. The Secretary obviously and understandably is very concerned for the safety of her employees, her officers, as well as the building itself.
Noem also met with Portland Mayor Keith Wilson.
Just met with the mayor, and I'm so extremely disappointed. He's continuing to play politics, did not commit to any of those promises, and said that he'd give me an answer by tomorrow. And I'm hopeful that he will.
We requested an interview with Mayor Wilson. His office opted to share a statement. It said in part, what Secretary Noem saw today in Portland matches our reports. Portland continues to manage public safety professionally and responsibly, irrespective of the claims of out-of-state social media influencers. I continue to maintain that the tactics used by federal agents at the ICE facility are troubling and likely unconstitutional. I will continue to demand that federal officers operating in our city adhere to the same high standards we require of the Portland Police Bureau. Noem said she left Mayor Wilson with a warning.
What I told him is that if he did not follow through on some of these security measures for our officers, we were going to cover him up with more federal resources, and that we were going to send 4 times the amount of federal officers here.
Back live in South Portland, Chief Day said he would remain engaged in what's happening on the South Waterfront and continue to make arrests when necessary. But again, he says his key takeaway from today when he met with Noem was fostering communication. David, back to you.
Perhaps we are seeing the law enforcement presence on the ground change already. Catherine Cook on the South Waterfront. Appreciate it, Catherine.